Alright, we are making 3-ingredient cream cheese peanut butter balls. Now to measure, not to marry, please don't marry your cream cheese. To measure your cream cheese, you can see the ounces here. It takes 6 ounces of cream cheese. Alright, and then we need 1 cup of peanut butter. Which would be a half a jar of peanut butter because this is 16 ounces. So, just so you know. All right, then we're going to beat these two together. By the way, you want your cream cheese to be softened, so just set it on the counter about an hour before you go to use it. All right, now we're going to take 2.5 cups of powdered sugar. Now it says to sift your powdered sugar. Like, okay, if you say so. I never sift. So why am I sifting now? You guys like my great-grandma's sifter? I was going to use my great-grandma's sifter, but now, you know what? Forget it. I don't sift. Ain't nobody got time for that. Okay, so there's 1, 2, and we're just going to start with 2 since it's not sifted, and see if that's going to be a good consistency. Okay, that is about the consistency that I want right there. So we're going to let it set up in the refrigerator for about an hour to get firm, and then we're going to roll it into balls. I am interrupting to let you know we are having our Black Friday sale right now, guys, up to 50% off. 50% off on our ebooks, 40% off on our print books. If you want easy recipes to get you in and out of the kitchen quick that your family will love, grab our cookbooks. Black Friday and Mother's Day are our 2 big sale days. They don't go lower than that most of the time. So be sure to pick them up now. The link is in the description below at livingonadime.com. You don't have to put on gloves, but got my Christmas nails on. What do you guys think? Are they like it? Okay, here we go. All right, once we got it scooped out, then we go in and roll it into little balls. Now, these gloves do make this part of it actually a whole lot faster, I think, than your hands, because the gloves are such a smooth surface. Okay. Now we're gonna go put these in the freezer for about an hour, and then we're gonna dip them with chocolate. All right, I have my almond bark here, just the regular almond bark.
Look like donut holes.
They do, don't they? Okay, so I'm curious. I've never had cream cheese and peanut butter before, so I'm gonna give this one a try and let's see. Oh. Oh! Oh, that's delicious. Oh, that's delicious. Okay, you know what? You could just make a fudge out of this. This could just be a fudge. Oh my goodness, that is so good. Okay, now this was a half a package of almond bark. So 12 ounces of almond bark. As always, guys, the recipe is in the description below. People say, why don't you give measurements? So you can go to our website and get them correctly, if we remember to put the link in there. And if I don't, please nicely let me know that I forgot the link. No need to be getting all snippy because I forgot the link. Okay, now we're gonna let these get hardened and then we're gonna taste test. Okay, they are done. I probably should have double dipped these. My aunt always did. She had perfect peanut butter balls, but guys, I'm just tired. So I just break off all. Now you can do this over a, you know, a cookie, what is it called? A cookie cooling rack. And just let the chocolate fall off and then you won't have all these little pieces on there. Taste testing. Mike doesn't like peanut butter, so I will sacrifice. Okay, that is really good with cream cheese. I'm sorry, you can't go wrong with cream cheese and peanut butter. You can find the recipe in the description below. Hi, I'm Tara Kellum from livingonadime.com. This is my son, David, and today we're going to be making the best gift you can make for a teenage boy. Every time I've made this for a teenage boy, they have absolutely loved it. It's a giant peanut butter cup. The recipe comes from our Living on a Dime cookbook, page 266. So if you have our cookbook, you can find it in here real easy. It's known as peanut butter cups or peanut butter balls. And we're just gonna make it into one great big peanut butter cup instead of little ones today. Exactly.
Yay!
Okay, so this is just a 6-ingredient recipe. It's really simple and it doesn't even take but 5-10 minutes to put together. So I started off by putting in 2 cups of powdered sugar, confectioner's sugar, depending on which part of the country you live in. And then we're gonna put in 1 cup of peanut butter.
Whoa, that's really thick. It's like really...
And I did not get a fresh measuring cup. I used the same measuring cup for my powdered sugar and my peanut butter. That's good. Just leave the spoon in there. And then it's 1 teaspoon of vanilla, but of course, I'm just guessing. These caps are approximately 1/2 teaspoon, so I just do 2 caps and pour it in there. And a 1/2 cup of butter or margarine. And we'll throw all this together in here. And Dave, whoops. And David is going to mix it together. And as you will see, we only have 1 beater. My mixer broke, but we happen to be in the middle of a blizzard right now. And I'm not about to go down to the store to get a new mixer. And at Living on a Dime, we keep saying make do with what you have. So that's what we're gonna do. So hopefully we can get this mixed. All right, go for it.
So do I just do it on
Yep.
all the way? Okay.
Nope, start off low. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay,
Whoa.
just shake off the mixer. Okay, now, I'll tell you, I do this all the time, but if you're doing this with kids, don't do it. I just put my mixer in and just hold it just above the goop and turn it on and it flings off everything, and then I don't have to pound and pound to get it off. But make sure the adult's doing that. Okay, now you can see it's all pretty mixed together. Just a couple of little pieces are left. Now, that's the filling. I just buy this candy coating at the store that comes in the little things, and now they even make it so it's in a microwavable tray, and I already pre-microwaved it. This is like so cool. I didn't know that they did this until this year. So I've been spending all this time microwaving it, but If you don't have the little trays or you want to use chocolate chips or something instead, this is the candy coating, but you can use chocolate chips just as easy. And what I do is I melt it in a double boiler. And all a double boiler is boiling water in a pan with a metal bowl, and you just start letting it melt. And you can see mine's melting here. I just had it on low. And of course we won't use the coughed on chocolate. But then you just let it sit over your water until it melts and just keep stirring it, and then you can use it that way. That's what a double boiler is. It's not anything fancy or impressive. That's all it is. It's just a metal bowl on top of a regular pan with boiling water. Okay, so now to make your great big peanut butter cup. This is just a regular pie tin. It works best if you have the kind that has the big edges because it holds better. I line it with some foil, just like this. Okay, Dave, my trusty assistant here. Okay, so we're gonna just line the inside of this with a little bit of chocolate. So just put a few spoonfuls. Okay, it's gonna need more than a few spoonfuls. Let's do this. There you go. Okay, so we're pouring about, I don't know, a third of the chocolate in there. Okay, wipe the edges so it's not dripping all over the place. Perfect.
There we go.
Okay, now he's spreading it around. Move the peanut butter out of the way.
Spreading it around the pan.
Spread, spread.
Woo.
And you can just kind of go like this and
But you have to do it really slowly or else it'll like not do anything.
make a big mess if you dump it all over the counter.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we're gonna pull it up on the edges like this. Ta-da.
Be careful. Here you go. There.
And just get it all around the edges like that. And then you don't want your chocolate, you want your chocolate slightly cooled because it makes it easier to spread it. Sorry, we're all sick around here as usual. So that's what it looks like. We're gonna take a 3-minute break and pop this in the freezer.
Look at the majestic coating in its natural habitat. It's freezing!
Okay, so it's really outside because our freezer's full and we didn't have any room. So we have it outside because it's about, maybe
16 degrees.
What? Yeah, 16 degrees and it's snowing, and
No, it's more like 6 degrees. Let me go sit you.
so it'll get cold fast and get set up really quick, like 3 minutes, 4 minutes.
Yay.
Yay.
We're back from outside in the cold.
And it's all frozen. Okay, it's not really frozen, it's just set up. It took about 3 minutes, you think, Dave?
Probably.
Probably 3 minutes. Okay, so now Dave is going to spread the filling inside. Go ahead, Dave.
Woo.
Lop it in there. Go for it.
Isn't it going? It's not going.
Yeah. There.
Oh, there.
Big old blops.
Like huge big old blobs, not just like those little tiny ones.
See, I'm just mixing around, getting it all down.
I'm trying to get all the stuff out.
Okay, so now we got this all in here. Okay, that's good. Okay. And we smoothed it all around. And you want to make sure that there's more chocolate above the peanut butter so that you have room to add your chocolate. Then we're going to take the rest of the chocolate
Yay.
and let's see, here, I'll pour, you spread.
Okay, got it.
Okay, so pouring in the rest of the chocolate. Wow. Can you say delicious? And just so you know, for cost, the chocolate cost me $2.49.
Not that much.
Not that much. And the rest of the ingredients were approximately $1, give or take. Maybe less, maybe 50, 75 cents. I haven't broken it all down recently, but it's around between 50 cents and $1.
That's really cheap.
Then you just spread your chocolate all over until you get your peanut butter covered. Now it gets kind of hard when you get towards the end because you got to work quick because the rest of it is cool. You don't want your chocolate to set up too quick. So make it all fancy-fied here, sort of.
Why don't you just smooth it down?
Okay. Now, we're going to go let this sit in the refrigerator for approximately 1 to 2 minutes while it gets frozen, or in our case, we're going to set it outside because our freezer's full.
We're
Okay.
back.
We're back.
Woo!
Yay! Okay, so we put this in the freezer. It's all frozen up. I did, in between, touch up the chocolate in a couple of spots that we realized we didn't get covered. So here's the magic moment, we hope. You pull off your foil and you have a humongous peanut butter cup.
Yummy.
So, how I present this is oops, here it is. I take and do 2 large pieces of foil. Then I set it on the middle and I wrap it over the top. Then I tuck in the sides. Let me get this foil out of the way. Okay, tuck that side, Dave.
You just
Yep.
squeeze
Push
it.
it down and squeeze.
Okay.
Push it down and squeeze. Push it down and squeeze.
And do the Reese's Pieces buttercup sheet.
And you have a great big peanut butter cup. I'm telling you, every teenage boy I've ever given this to has absolutely loved it. Right, Dave?
Yep.
That's right. So, we're going to put a great big bow on this, and we're going to give it to some lucky cousin for Christmas, or
Oh.
maybe one of my 3 sons or 2 daughters, who knows. And we will see lots of happy faces for Christmas.
Wait. Can I say something?
Yes.
You need to like print off a big Reese's Pieces buttercup thing and then just
Put it over the top. Well, yeah, that would work too. So, this recipe is in Dining on a Dime Cookbook, page 266. Takes you about 5 minutes to make, 10 minutes with the wrapping if you do it really fancy, like Dave was suggesting. And that's your $3 Christmas gift for any teenage boy.
yay!
Yay!
Bye!
Bye!
Okay, so this recipe's on page 266.
It's
right?
on 266.
And the readers have been asking for a sneak peek of the
They
book,
have.
so there you go. All right, well that's a sneak peek, and
You gotta give a bigger peek than that!
they said a sneak peek.
I know, but hello, we're trying to sell cookbooks
All right, well here's some
here.
garden pasta too. And that's a little longer peek. Okay, that's probably enough for now. You gotta look in the book. So
So buy your own copy today. Bye! Today we are making 2 ingredient easy peanut butter fudge. So, what do we need, Dave?
We need sweetened condensed milk, and we're using peanut butter chocolate chips. Well,
Yep.
technically chocolate chips, but
Yeah, they're just peanut
Yeah.
butter chips. No chocolate in them, just peanut butter chips, right?
yeah, no.
Okay, so this is a 1 bowl recipe too. So, throw it in here, Dave.
So throw this in here.
We're using 1 full bag of chips and 1 full container of sweetened condensed
So
milk.
I just put it all
Yep,
in.
just dump it in there.
Ooh, looks good.
Looks very good, doesn't it?
Yeah, no.
Think it'll last more than 1 day?
Nope,
Think it'll be gone right away?
probably. That's one thing that I know about.
All right, then we're gonna microwave this in 30-second increments, and we're gonna stir between each 30 seconds to get it all melted. So we're back and we microwaved this for 1.5 minutes and stirred every 30 seconds to make sure the milk and the peanut butter chips got thoroughly melted. You can see, voila. All right, now we're going to pour it into an 8x8 pan. Then you spread it around in your pan, like so. And then we're going to put this in the fridge for 30 minutes to an hour. Depends on how long it takes to set up and you want it to be firm, and then we'll cut it. All right, so I was wrong. It was actually 3 to 4 hours in the refrigerator that we need to set up our easy 2-ingredient peanut butter fudge. To cut it, just use a regular knife and score it along. Like so. That's about how wide I do it. And then I do fairly small pieces. You want your pieces to be, about 1 inch by 1 inch, give or take. And then just slide it under. And, oh dear. Okay. Maybe 5 hours in the fridge. Because ours is not quite set up. That's about the size you want. But as you can see, mine is sticky. So I'm going to throw it back in the fridge. And I will come back with what they look like in the end.
Hello, we're back.
Okay, we let these sit about 5 hours in the refrigerator. Overnight is best if you want.
If
you can do in 5 hours though. So I like one of these, 1.5 inch spatulas. I like it because it has a beveled edge and I can get underneath. I also spray it with just a tad of cooking spray. Just a little bit, doesn't hurt anything. Then when we go in, it slides much easier. And then we break our little pieces of fudge and you have yummy 2-ingredient peanut butter fudge. Just peanut butter chips and sweetened condensed milk. You can get this recipe at
livingonadime.com.
Thank you. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe, like, share, and comment below. Today we are making this easy 3-ingredient peanut butter fudge. It is one of our most popular recipes. You can get the link in the description below. Let's get started. Use 1 can of sweetened condensed milk and add in your white chocolate chips. Then we're going to microwave this until the chips are melted. Stir until well mixed. Then you're going to add in your peanut butter. If you use peanut butter, you don't need to add the butter. Then pour into a greased pan. Put this in the refrigerator until firm for a couple of hours, and then we're going to cut it. After it is set up a couple of hours in the fridge, it'll be quite firm. You might have to try a couple of different knives to see which works best. I find these small thin knives work, but you can also use a plastic knife. That works well also. Cut it into equal pieces and serve. Aunt Donnie's peanut butter balls. Now, you could make these into peanut butter cups if you want, but it's a little bit more work. I just do the peanut butter balls because it's easier. Now, my butter was frozen, so it didn't stay out long enough to get it defrosted. So what I'm going to do is throw this in the microwave and just give it a short burst to defrost it. Check that it's not totally... I check every 10 or 15 seconds just to make sure it's not totally just mush. You don't want it mush, but you do want it softened. It's okay if there's a little bit of it that is liquid, but you don't want it all liquid. Perfect. So I think my butter is softened. Let me check if it's softened in the center. Not really. Okay, so I'm gonna put it in about 10 more seconds. Okay, I did 15 seconds, but I think that'll get it softened. Okay, got my butter, softened butter in here. So we're hauling out the big guns today. This thing I've had for 20 years. I love it. Yep, that's all softened. So now we need a cup of peanut butter. Now, this recipe is linked in the description below. I get a lot of people who say, where's the recipe? You didn't give the ingredients. No, because I make you go to our website to get it so that you can just print it out all nice and neat there. So it is in the description below. Now, people ask, can you use expired food? Yes, you can. This is July 2024, and right now it's October 2024, and we are still using this peanut butter, and it is just fine. Peanut butter does go rancid in your pantry quicker than other foods, but you still have 6 months to a year after the expiration date. Okay, just a titch more. All right, there we go.
So with 6 months to a year, how can you tell if it's bad?
You'll taste it. You'll know. It will not taste like peanut butter. It'll have an off taste, but you'll recognize it. Okay, get this all in there. Now we need our powdered sugar. All right, for you guys wondering, this is where I keep my extra. Isn't that cute? My Pepsi crate that I got for free on the side of the road. That was a good deal. Then I have scissors. We want 2 cups of powdered sugar. Now I'm not going to dirty another measuring cup. Yes, I know this is liquid and not dry, but for this recipe it doesn't really matter. Okay, scrape all the rest out. Oh my goodness, this is so delicious. This recipe is in our Dining on a Dime cookbook, volume 1, on page 336 if you want the peanut butter cups, or 337 if you want the peanut butter balls. This was my Aunt Dottie's recipe that was given to Grandma, that was given to Mom, that was given to me. Easy recipes that will help you save money on your grocery bill that your family will love. Get your copy in the description below today. Oh, and I forgot my vanilla. This is my homemade vanilla from Dining on a Dime, Volume 1 also. This is a great Christmas present. I am almost out. Dear, it's been a rough year. It's been a rough year. Well, Mike calls it a melon baller. I guess it is a melon baller, but I was going to say ice cream scoops, but yeah, it would be a melon baller for this size. I love these little scoops that have the little flippy thing on there because it just comes out really nice and neat. Then I just take and now I'm not doing these perfectly, and I'll show you why. Because what I do is after I put them on here, then I go in and I just roll them. This just gives it a measured amount so they're all the same size. Okay, now I'm going to go through and do all these, and then we're going to pop them in the freezer. Okay, now the never-ending question is, where do I put it in the freezer? Oh boy.
You can take off my ice pack and it'll fit right on those flat boxes.
Oh, there. Okay. Mike's knee ice pack, and it will fit right there. Thank you, dear. See, that's why I need you around. Okay, now we're gonna let these cool for, I don't know, 30 minutes or an hour, and then we're gonna come back and dip them. Okay, there's the ice pack if you need it. Do you guys like my dresser that I put in my pantry? I got this for $25 at the thrift store, and I absolutely love it. Okay, now we got our melting wafers, which I paid $1 for these on clearance after Christmas. So check the clearance aisle after Halloween, Christmas, and Valentine's Day. You can get these 50 to 90% off. One year I got 90% off, so instead of $5, it was around, what would that be, 50 cents, I think? Is that right?
I didn't hear that.
They were really cheap. 90% off of $5 is 50 cents, I think.
Yeah.
So I got them for 50 cents. I think I paid $1 for these. So that's a great way to save money on your Christmas candy making. All right, I need to explain something about why the recipe is written differently than how I'm doing it. So you can see here, Grandma and Aunt Donnie and Mom all used 1 packet of chocolate chips and 2 tablespoons of paraffin wax. Why did they do that? Because dipping chocolates were not available when this recipe came down to my family. So you can get the dipping chocolates, or you can get a box of paraffin. I got this one at a yard sale. It's probably $3 or $4 now. And all you do is just take, well, maybe, I think those melted together, but it's fine. All you do is just take and scrape 2 tablespoons of your paraffin in your mixing bowl here, or I mean your measuring cup here, just like so. Now this will last forever. I mean, I'm not kidding. I had paraffin that I used for 20 years before I ran out of my Christmas baking, so it's fine. It's not gonna go bad. If you're worried about eating wax, guys, it's not a big deal. You'll just poop it out. You won't do anything. It'll just slide right on through, all nice and smooth. So just don't even worry about it. But that is probably getting close to maybe just a little bit more with my 2 tablespoons. And then I would just pour in my chocolate chips and just melt as normal, about 30 seconds, and stir every 15 to 30 seconds after that, and keep stirring so your chocolate doesn't burn. Now, since we're all, what century are we in, dear?
21st.
Since we're all 21st century and not the 1900s anymore, we're just gonna pour all of our melting wafers in here and get these melted and start dipping our peanut butter balls. So I know it's crazy because you're like, Tara, nothing has really melted. Why are you stirring it? To release some of the heat so that the inside down here doesn't burn. Oh, yum. Now don't go more than 30 seconds, guys, because you'll burn your chocolate. I know it's a slow process, but in real time it's only like 2 minutes. Make sure you get clear down to the bottom, because the bottom always seems to warm up faster than the top. I don't know why. I don't know my microwave physics. Okay, so that last time I just did 15 seconds because I don't want to burn it. Very good. Okay. Now, this is not as thin as I would like it. I want it actually a little bit thinner. Well, maybe I should warm it up a little bit more. Man, that's pretty hot. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is, because it's not quite as thin as I want, I'm going to add about a tablespoon of coconut oil. You could use shortening instead if you want. Coconut oil, I just like it better because it gets hard, and so it makes a nice, more firm coating. But thin it down just a bit with either shortening or coconut oil. Yeah, there we go. That's more the consistency that I want. So if your chips aren't thinning down, just add your tablespoon of shortening or coconut oil. Ooh, beautiful. Oh, doesn't that look delicious? Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, it has been about an hour. Woo! If you guys heard the saw, it was my son outside finishing his tiny house. He's making a bus into a tiny house. Okay, now let's think about this here. How am I gonna do this? Okay. All right, so I don't wanna waste my parchment paper, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take these and move them all to this end. Okay, then we're gonna start dipping. Now, a viewer sent me these for dipping chocolates. Oh my goodness, they are so darn tootin' cool. I'm gonna leave the link in the description below for you if you want to try them. But if you don't have this fancy schmancy thing that's so cool, you can use a toothpick and just dip and tap it. There you go. Set it on your baking sheet and then just take your toothpick and just fix the top there. I'll show you how we do it with this little jobber. Put it in there, stir it around. Now I do like this better because it comes off cleaner, but oops, there we go. Okay, now we're just gonna do all of these peanut butter balls. Now you might have to go halfway in between or even a third of the way and rewarm your chocolate because it does cool down. If you want to double dip, you can. I don't, but here are your peanut butter balls right here. And all right, I'm going to taste test because you don't like peanut butter, so this is mine. Okay, this is probably my favorite Christmas candy. 10 out of 10. Delicious. This recipe is in with our 25 best Christmas candy recipes and tips post on our website below. I'm sorry, it's not in our Dining on a Dime cookbook, but we have other great recipes like toffee and fudge and Mounds bars, all in our Dining on a Dime. So you can get both of those down in the description below. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take the round butter crackers, if you know what kind I mean, and you're gonna spread just a dollop of peanut butter right in the middle. Bloop, just like that. Bloop. And you're just gonna do as many as you want. I mean, you could do, oh dear. Okay, redo. There you go, and I'm gonna do just 2 more, so we'll have a pretty picture at the end. Another one, and that's it. This is a great no-bake recipe that the kids can do with you. Then you're gonna take your almond bark, which you have melted, melt it for 90 seconds, stir it, and then do 15-second increments after that because you don't want to scorch your chocolate. Then take your cookies and let all that yummy goodness drip off because it'll leave a lot of chocolate. Now what I do is I let mine sit in one spot and kind of drip off for just a second. I don't know, 30 seconds or so. Then I take and move them, and then I don't have all that extra hard chocolate that's hardened on the bottom. If you don't move them and the baby's crying or something, don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. Just take a knife and you can just carve off the bottom there of the extra. So let me show you what I mean here. Drip as much as you can. Okay, so then See, I just take and pick it up and all that extra chocolate right there. And you can just remelt that extra chocolate. It is not a big deal at all. And then you have nice clean edges on the bottom. Just let that set up and then peel it and remelt it. And if there's a little spot you missed, just take a toothpick. See, like right here, there's a little spot, and just move it over. And I think I saw one right there. There you go. Now, set these outside and let them get hard if you live in a cold climate, or put them in your refrigerator. But if you're like us at Christmas, you have a lot of Christmas baking you're doing, so you can just set these outside on your picnic table if you live in a cold climate. Let it get hard, put it on a pretty tray, and serve. Please visit us at livingonadime.com to get this great recipe and more. Merry Christmas!